Hi, it's editing me. I realized that I failed to record any type of intro for this video, so here it is. This is a vlog that I actually filmed over a pretty large span of time, almost like half the month of July, I think. Almost an entire month, actually, I believe. I'll have date stamps in the video. This vlog has my vacation in it and some other projects and stuff, so if you are interested, go ahead and maybe grab a project of your own and hang out and watch. She might have just wrote in the book. Either that or she just picked it up, because I saw it moving. I mean, I would hope so after getting hunted. Hi vlog, I just wanted to check in. I have still been working on the mushroom outfit on and off. I have not added anything else to the skirt yet, so this is where it stands. Still looking like this. I have completely finished the little half poncho. Little poncho moment. So there's this piece of it. And it will stretch out over time as well and become a little bit bigger. And I couldn't be bothered to weave in my leg skirts. I haven't weaved in the ends yet, but I put in some clips of me working on this leg skirt while I was playing Phasmophobia with my friends last night. So I need to make the other leg skirt, and I have another video that I'm recording at the same time as this one, and I just briefly mentioned it in that video, but I will talk about it a little bit more for the vlog. I'm going on vacation, which is super exciting for me because I haven't been on a vacation in we have taken a day trip to the beach, but we haven't gone on an actual vacation in I think 7 years. It's been since 2018. So I'm so excited. I am so excited. We're going with family, and we get to stay in a cabin on this kind of campground type thing, and they have their own private area of the beach that only the people staying there get to go to. But of course I also want to go walk the boardwalk for a while, but we get to go from Thursday to Sunday, so of course I'm gonna take yarn with me, duh. But I don't know how much time I'll actually spend crocheting, because I want to do the things that I don't do every day. There's a chance that the most time I'll spend crocheting is in the car, because it's a 4.5 hour drive. 4 to 4.5 hours if you don't stop. So we'll probably be stopping to take a break at some point, or even just switch from my husband and I driving. I might have to switch places with my mom in her car and drive her car. It's a whole thing. But yeah, so I'm so excited. I'm so happy, and I'm going to take my camera with me and stuff, and I might film a little bit, but this vlog will probably take much longer to film than my last one, because I'm not going to stress myself to do any editing or anything before I leave. So I'm just going to continue on throughout the time that I'm gone and worry about editing sometime next week. That is my update for now. I'll check in again at some point. Like I said, I got a lot of stuff to do. Are you still just laughing about them cold shoulders?
And you wonder where I get it from. I didn't even tell him to do that. She understood the assignment.
Hello, hello. I'm back home now from my little vacation. I apologize that I didn't get any clips of me speaking or anything, but I did try to include some of the clips. I did try to record a little bit. So while I was away, I worked on this, and I actually made a TikTok about this pair of sleeves. I do like them. I like how the yarn worked up but I think I am going to make it a little longer. And I don't know if it's because when I split for the sleeves, I decided to put some length right there that it looks a little funny, or maybe I just don't like the way that a bolero looks on me. I'm not sure which one it is, but I have not weaved in any of my ends. I still have to do that. But I think I am going to make this a little longer, and I'll check back in about it after I do that. That was what I was working on in the car on the way down to the beach. I worked on it when I was like just winding down at the end of the day before bed at night, and I got it all the way to this point, so I'm pretty satisfied with that. Then in the car on the way home, I completely finished ends woven in and everything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 granny squares, which really is not a lot, but I was moving pretty slowly working on them, and there was like a lot of traffic and stuff happening, which had my anxiety really high. So I kept like putting it down and things like that. And then I finished this completely off last night, but I had done everything except the black round. So that was, what did I just say? It was 6 and 4 out of 5 rows. So almost 7. And I left this end out so that I would remember. And last night I sat down at my desk, I watched some YouTube videos, and I made 3 more. I left these out as well. I'll do that later. So that is how far I made it on the granny squares, which I didn't expect myself to have a ton of time sitting down and crocheting. I did get to crochet on the sand a little bit, which was a 10 out of 10 experience. It was very nice. If you ever get the chance, I highly recommend it. I had taken all 3 of my skeins of granny square yarn in this color, but as you can see, I got like halfway through one of them. Also, I hope this sounds okay. I decided to put the windsock on my microphone instead of the foamy like pop filter type thing. I just wanted to see what it sounded like. I won't lie, I noticed that like the bigger YouTubers, they have those like really nice Rode mics, and they always use the windsock, so I was like, maybe I should try that, and I wonder if it really affects the audio quality that much. Oh yeah, I wound up making my bag the night before we left. I just made it like this. I made it a little smaller than I was making it before, and it fits my camera and my microphone in there. It closes up without pinching them, so I'm satisfied with it. And then I just did a strand for the closure in my haste, but I might make a crocheted chain instead so that it's a little sturdier, because right now when I close it, it's definitely not bad, but it looks a little funny because you can't even see the strand anymore. I don't know, it's just kind of a visual thing at this point and not a functionality thing, because the string functions perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with it. So that's what I have for now until I eventually am able to purchase like a nice case for, not that that's not nice. I don't know if you could tell, I'm a little frazzled and tired. But no, I had a wonderful time. It was so amazing to be down at the beach and to just be doing fun things. We got to go to the Ocean City Boardwalk. I won my son a nice prize that he really wanted. We played in the arcade. We walked along the beach, and we had the private beach at the campground we were staying at, and our little cabins, and everything was fantastic. But I am drained and tired. but I'll be just fine. It was amazing. It was completely worth it. I hardly had any signal down there though, so I wasn't able to keep up with my TikToks, so I need to jump back into that. I need to get back into my Granny Square series. I filmed the video for this one, and I never edited it. And posted it, so I need to do that and then get back into filming more, which, by the way, these were my first 2 squares in the Granny Square series. Here are the cards out of the deck, and here are my squares. And so far, I did not get this one. This one was kind of difficult, but I figured it out. Truthfully, trying tapestry crochet actually helped me make this square, because I was carrying the colors and everything, and then I knew better methods for doing that, and it doesn't look terrible on the back. So yay. Tapestry crochet helped me. I hope to get some crocheting done today. We have a couple of responsible adult things to go do today. Hi. As you can clearly see, I have been doing things that I have not been recording, and I'm sorry about that. I'm really struggling to get back into the groove of even my TikTok content after vacation and everything, and my husband wasn't feeling good after we got home, and he took off work, and so things have just been a little bit rocky in the home life, but we're getting a little bit more back into our normal routines now, so hopefully, yeah. I'm going to talk about this in just a second here. But I look back at the last thing that I recorded, and I had said that I wanted to work through that skein of Granny Square yarn, which I did finish all of the squares. So now I actually have 2 skeins worth of this color square completed. The rest of them are right here. So I'm going to tuck those in there, and I'm thinking that I'm probably going to put them together into a pair of pants, or a pair of shorts. I don't think they'll be quite long enough for a pair of pants, but I do have 2 more skeins, so I'll have to throw around the ideas of what I want to turn those into. As far as this goes, this I made for a yarn review that I posted on my TikTok account. It is a free pattern from Yarnspirations, which I will link. Okay, and I definitely feel pretty content with the pattern and the outcome of the item. There is one very large bone I have to pick with this pattern. This seems pretty abnormal to me for a pattern, particularly coming from a company as big as Yarnspirations. Everything was going pretty well. It's really just 3 pieces. It's this main body piece and the 2 sleeves, and then you attach the sleeves. The issue arose for me when it came to assembling the piece. So this is a free pattern, so I don't feel weird posting a screen grab of the chart in the pattern. So this is the chart in the pattern for the body piece. And I kid you not, I had this piece done in my hands, and I was looking at this chart for probably an embarrassing amount of time trying to figure out how I was supposed to assemble this, because I had never made a piece with this type of construction before, and I definitely feel as though a beginner would not be able to figure this out. I mean, maybe they would, because maybe they're a little smarter than me. It has you make everything, right? And then all it says is, it says finishing, and I kid you not, this section is shorter than the description of how to do the outline and the little ties. Pin all pieces to measurements. Cover with a damp cloth, leaving cloth to dry. Place markers at beginning of V-neck edging on left and right fronts. Sew shoulder seams. Sew sleeve seams. Sew in sleeves. That's it. It has more instruction on how to block a piece than it does on where you're supposed to be sewing and how you're supposed to get it to be the shape of the cardigan. It took me an embarrassing amount of time to realize that I just needed to take those two outer pieces and fold them. But that's just me. But then there is like this whole entire page of instruction on how to do the outline and the little straps, and that just doesn't make sense to me. If by some crazy coincidence somebody from Yarnspirations happens to see this,
bruh,
I don't even know what to say. Like, the rest of the pattern is great. Truthfully, it was easy to follow up until that point. Everything was fine. I was enjoying it. I was enjoying the process. I like the way the finished product turned out, except, like I said, you don't give enough instruction on how to assemble it. Like, I had never made a piece where I had never made anything like this before, and I'm an experienced crocheter, so I feel like an inexperienced crocheter would have a lot more trouble with this than I did, and my sleeves are not exactly even. This one's like a little bit tighter because I had to wing it on how to attach them. Like, you don't give any instruction on even what direction the piece is supposed to face when you attach it, or there's just nothing. All it says is sew in sleeves. That's it. Even for someone like myself who's experienced but has just happened to never make something with this type of construction before, for me that was like, huh? What do you mean? I need more instruction than that, please. I would make this again, but I don't think I would use their sleeves. I think I would do sleeves the way that I like to do them, where you just attach your yarn and start going in the round off of the armholes. I feel like that makes more sense to me. It's less sewing. Of course, I just use slip stitches instead of sewing with a darning needle and the yarn. I guess that's gonna be my rant, though. That was literally my only complaint about the whole pattern, is when it came time to assemble and sew, it was just like, here's your pieces, put them together. And you're like, how do you intend for me to put them together? I am kind of having one of those moments where I feel like I'm struggling a little bit to decide what I would like to make now. When I was sitting in bed watching TV with my husband the other night, I started on another rainbow cardigan. I could work on that. I could start something completely different. I have an entire list here of video ideas. I can check this one off because I just finished editing and uploading that one today, and that will be posted this coming Wednesday as of me filming this, although I don't know when you'll be seeing this. It'll definitely be after the video I just finished. I don't know, I'm gonna need some time to think about this. I'll be back when I figure it out. Hey guys, I'm pretty sure that it's been just over a week since the last time I recorded anything. I think it was last Monday I was talking to you guys, and today is Tuesday of the following week. And things didn't really go back into normal routine last week. My husband had a flare-up of his medical condition, and yeah, things just really didn't go back to normal. But so far this week, it's looking okay. So maybe I can get back into the groove of things. I'm so behind on like TikTok and everything at this point, and it's a little overwhelming, but I'm just gonna try to take it like one step at a time. I have a lot of different things going on at the same time. I've still been working on stuff, I just haven't been recording it. I've been working on revising my own pattern that I have, because I made it like years ago and I made it really quickly, and I didn't really know what I was doing. There's not really any pictures or anything like that, and I have to finish with this border, and then it'll be done, and I might try to do pattern testing just like to feel confident that this time it's good. And no, this isn't the color intended. The color intended is black. It's a humanity from the game Dark Souls. And as you may or may not know, it is like almost impossible to see black yarn. So I picked a random color that I probably won't wind up using for much of anything else. I have been working on things. So first of all, I did finish my bolero. It is all the way done, ends woven in and everything. I decided to extend it a little bit into like a cropped shirt type thing, just because I kind of felt like me and my body type, I just didn't like the way that it looked, like all the way up here, not even like going down over my breasts. So this is my little bolero situation. My sleeves, my little cropped long sleeves. I like them. I like this yarn. It's really cute, it's really fun, and it feels nice. So I'm pretty satisfied with them. The next finished item is a cute little cardigan. Oh wait, I think I did talk about this, because I remember recording a rant about the pattern. But I'll putting this on again anyway. This is really cute. I really like it. The yarn feels really nice. It was yarn off the TikTok shop, actually, which I have a video on my TikTok where I earn commission if you would like to buy some. Highly recommend the yarn. Loosely recommend the pattern, just be forewarned that it doesn't tell you how to put this dang thing together. Last thing that I have to show you for today, I just finished this last night. I decided to try an extended hexagon cardigan for the first time. For me. The single crochet rows are still doing a little bit of their curly thing, but I'm pretty happy with this. It's so fun and pretty. I should stand up and push my chair out of the way, but I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't feel like it. I think the only, like, bit of a thing I have with this is because I changed colors so often, there's a lot of spots of weaving in the ends, especially on, like, the single crochet rows, because I ended the granny stitch with orange here, and then I did yellow, green, blue, purple to finish the rainbow in single crochets. So I probably should have done the joining in the back. Too little too late, didn't think about it in the moment, but if I had a tag, I could just put the tag right here. But I don't have tags. And I did the same thing on the sleeves, except they ended with red. So I did orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. But I also feel as though they will soften up over time. I think it's going to bother me more than it would bother the person who buys it or wears it, because sometimes I forget that seeing where you weaved in the ends and stuff in crochet is actually perfectly normal. Because I always feel so much pressure to like try to make it invisible and stuff like that, but I don't think it's horrible. It's just not as hidden as my work normally is. But it was a lot of ends, so you know, each single crochet round has a beginning and an end, and then the way that I do them, that's just how it worked out. I put too much pressure on myself about it, I guess. It's not that I guess, I know. I need to stop doing that. But yeah, those are the things that I've been working on, the things that I have finished. And I really need to wrap this up so that I can edit it, because I want to try and get it out by tomorrow. I've been trying to... When I do post, I like to have the video go up on Wednesdays. I'm not gonna pressure myself to do every single week yet. I'm gonna get there. Like I said, things with vacation and getting sick and everything, it's just thrown this whole little, like, system that I had completely up in the air, and I gotta bring it back down. I gotta rein it back in. I'll get there. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I've been recording this video since before I went on vacation, so hopefully it's not like an hour long, although some people enjoy really long vlogs, so we'll see what it winds up being when I get it edited. That's gonna be it from me for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please give it a thumbs up if you did. It really helps out my channel. Consider subscribing, sticking around, and seeing what I post in the future, and I hope to see you soon. Bye!